I used a pair of hidden camera glasses to go through every tag in this one row in a thrift store. This is going to be about half sweats and track pants and pajama pants and half jeans. These are pajamas. I don't sell sleepwear all that much. If you find it at the bins, it can be okay. Like Victoria's Secret sleepwear has done pretty well for me. Obviously, that's women's and not men's. This I would have picked up at the bins. I'm not spending, what was it, $8 for pants? Not a chance. Not on sleepwear. No, sir. No, ma'am. Old Navy is bad. We know that Old Navy is bad. That I don't recognize. I didn't bother to look it up because I'm not going to sell sleepwear. I'm sure there are plenty of people who do sell sleepwear. I tend not to. Tommy Bahama is overrated in the humble opinion of this YouTuber. Plus, those sweatpants had pilling on the fabric. Pilling is when there's little burrs on the outside of the fabric from wear. That is pretty easily remedied, but I just skipped it. Nautica, excuse me, Nautica I really don't like so much. Merona is ass. We know that Merona is ass. Nautica, I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna throw it an ass designation as well. I don't even pick it up at the bins. That could be a mistake, but I just haven't sold it for like a couple of years. I'm skipping over a bunch of these pajama bottoms just because I don't want to deal with it. Those are scrub bottoms. I probably would have picked those up at the bins. These were thermal underwear. These were long johns, and you're not permitted to sell underwear on eBay in used condition. Also, $8 is a lot. If those were North Face sweatpants, I would probably bother to look it up on the phone to try to figure out if it was worth it, but I just passed on them. These I couldn't find the brand on. Sweatpants were huge during COVID. I still think they're pretty popular. I don't sell all that many of them, but the sell-through has been fairly healthy the past year or so. Fairly exceptionally healthy. This is a new tag for me. WAYF, which is an acronym that stands for Where Are You From? Looked it up on the phone. It's, I think, a Nordstrom's line, and the sell-through was quite poor. Another scrub bottom there. Some Catalina sweatpants. Catalina, I think, is an ass brand. I know that I've sold it before, so maybe I would pick it up at the bins. This is a Hylete pair of long pants. Hylete is a strong brand. Used to be a stalwart brand, one of my favorites to find. It doesn't do quite as well as it used to for whatever reason. I've never found long pants from Hylete before, though. Didn't even bother to look these up. I was willing to roll the dice for $8 on Hylete long pants, even though they had some kind of local sports team branding on the leg. I still feel I will be able to flip those because I know that they're not that common. Land's End, as I've said in the other iterations of this video, I like picking up at the bins, but not at retail. Thrifts, Abercrombie, of all the mall brands, all the like really median tier mall brands, Abercrombie might be one of my favorites. Not might be, it is one of my favorites. Given the finger to Russell there, it is not good. It is in fact ass. I looked those Abercrombie pants up because they were kind of, I think they were a linen blend and they were joggers, which means they had the elastic cuffs as well as an elastic waist, and I ended up passing on them. The sell-through was okay. Definitely would have picked those up at the bins. I don't know what the last tag was. These are Nikes, I think. Yeah, those are Nikes. Thermafit, that would have been a complete no-brainer at the bins. But I think it had pilling on it as well, and it's a men's small, which isn't the best size. And it did have like a sports team thing, insignia down there on the leg. So I passed on that one. Same deal here. It had pilling on it, which is what I'm looking at. It had the graphic, the spell-out graphic going down the outsides of the legs. So that was marginal. I mean, that could have been a good call to pick up, but I just passed on it. Also, because I'm glutted with death pile inventory, so I'm not really in need of new stuff. That was Adidas, right? Obermeyer, these are ski pants. This rings a bell. I know that I've looked it up before and I've never picked it up. Apartment 9 is ass. That is Cotton On. Cotton On is not ass, but I'm not going to pick it up for $8. It's another fast fashion brand that does fairly okay. This is a pair of weird Nike sweatpants slash track pants that are made with terry cloth fabric. Terry cloth is the stuff that like bath towels are made of. It had these reflective sides, piping on the sides, and it had this weird camo pattern on it. I just threw it in the basket or in the cart, and I ended up picking them up. Camo does really, really well, and anything Nike with like a very strange pattern has done quite well for me. Under Armour would have picked those up at the bins for sure. Another Catalina. I don't know that much about Catalina. I passed on it. This is Sue Nice, which I've definitely seen before. It's a golf brand. The sell-through was middling. It was okay, and those were probably worth $25 to $30. Just wasn't quite enough meat on the bone for me. These are another pair of ski pants from Snow Country, which I don't recognize. I tend not to sell ski pants so much. Obviously, they're very seasonal, as these were. That's Columbia. Columbia ski pants I have sold before. I looked these up. The sell-through was even. The sell-through is not going to continue to be even. The sales on ski pants are going to fall through the floor very quickly here. But there was enough to tempt me to pick those up. I know that even though they're $8, if I price them low at like 30, they should flip pretty quickly. 7 for All Mankind, not a good brand. Levi's 514s, looked them up on the Manifesto, and the sell-through was medium. Not going to spend $10 on those, which is how much these jeans cost here. Signature Levi's, skip them. They're one of the lower end Levi's. Faded Glory is ass. Another Abercrombie pair of jeans, absolutely would have picked them up at the bins. Probably all of these jeans, or most of them, I would have picked up at the bins, except for like the Kirklands and the Faded Glories. The really assy stuff, I just wouldn't even bother at all. I saw if these were potentially my size, but they didn't have fitting rooms here, so I'm not gonna pick up jeans. Just blind. Izod is ass. We don't want Izod. As I said before, vintage Izod Lacoste is worth picking up. That stuff can be worth more than you would expect. Urban Pipeline is ass. But what is that? Canyon Ass Blues. That is what that is. Ass River Blues? Canyon River, whatever. You fill in the blanks. Those are Kirklands. Kirklands always fake me out every single time because they feel like vintage Levi's. They have that 100% cotton fabric and that kind of acid washy type look to them every single time they get me. Wranglers, puh! I hate Wrangler jeans. They're overabundant. Maybe at the bins in really big sizes, otherwise skip them. That's Urban Outfitters. BDG is actually pretty good. And those might have been worth picking up, but it's got a bunch of grime and wear on the pocket areas. Obviously, those were women's jeans. BDG, if you find it at the bins, I would get it. Wrangler, no thanks. DKNY, maybe at the bins. I've sold a couple things from the bins for DKNY. If you find DKNY tops that have big spell-out logos on them, those can do okay. Otherwise, no. Vintage Donna Karan can be worth money, though. That's the DK and DKNY. Calvin Klein, pass. Just pass. Pass. Coming up on a pair of Lucky brands. $10 is a little steep for Lucky Brand jeans, but it's still pretty good. These had some wear in the I don't know what to call that area. You come up with your own creative name for that spot, but it's all worn, all thin and faded. So pass on that. Another Lucky Brand. I really like Lucky Brand jeans. I like Lucky Brand everything. It's an unconditional buy as long as the condition is relatively good at the bins. But here, big stain on the leg. I'm not going to put in the time to try to get that out on just a basic pair of jeans. So I pass. Nautica, pass. Levi's 511s. These are boys or women's. I can never remember which. Passed on them. Buffalo David Baton is just, again, maybe at the bins, but no, I just don't bother. It's designed to look like diesel. It's like counterfeit diesel for the entire brand. Levi's, I looked this number up. It was a 569. Looked it up on the manifesto. It was medium sell-through. I just passed. If you don't know what I'm talking about with the manifesto, look at the description. It'll explain. Guess jeans, no thanks. No. Maybe vintage with the triangle logo on the back pocket if it's really big. Maybe. I don't even pick Guess jeans up at the bins typically. See, it looks like Diesel. That's another Buffalo. Joe's jeans, good candidate for a bins pickup. They mostly do women's. They do some men's. Those are women's jeans. Fairly hit or miss with Joe's jeans. Used to be a lot better. Wrangler, no. Armani Exchange, definitely at the bins. Here, maybe. Armani Exchange jeans are one of the stronger categories in that brand. It's the lowest end Armani offering, but had all these wear issues on the cuffs. Always check the cuffs with jeans. Doesn't prohibit a sale, but it did there. Just didn't want to gamble. Old Navy, no. Perry Ellis, lurking behind the Old Navy. Also a pass. These are cotton on jogger, chino joggers. Would have gotten those at the bins. Pass on them here. Quicksilver corduroys with a condition issue. Jeans are much easier to know when to pick up when you find them for really cheap. I mean, if you can get them for free, I would just pick them up regardless of brand. But they do hold value a little bit more than other kinds of clothing. What were those? Those are Levi's 513s in good condition, in solid black, in a big size, bigger, good size. I don't know if it's even bigger. 3630. High sell-through in the manifesto, and I checked the comps, just double checked, and the comps were good. So gonna buy them for 10 bucks, probably end up flipping them for around 30 or 35 with free shipping, and probably doubling my money. Happy to do it. Demand is high. Izod, no thanks. Pass. Old Navy, hard pass. Joseph Abed, hard pass on Joseph Asbid. G-Unit jeans. I was pretty disappointed to find out that these were not in high demand at all. I would have liked to have bought these to flip them. And last, not least, Zara. Another one at the bins that I would bother with, but here I would not. And that's it for that row. Not a whole lot of... There's my wiener. Sorry about that. Here's what I got. So I got those Highleat pants, and those were $8. I got these weird camo terry cloth Nike track jogger sweatpants, not joggers, sweatpants. Those were $8 as well. I got these Columbia ski pants. Those are the one item that I'm the least excited about. And the 513s ended up being $7.50 because the cashier gave me a 25% discount for some reason. Thanks very much for watching. Hope that you enjoyed it and learned something.